Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hashtag Health, Wealth, Life Day 103. 103 days. That's crazy. Crazy. I'm in a different place, in a different time. This thing's back to front, so it's a weird kind of back to front view that goes on. Anyway, so last few days we talked about energy, motivation, goals, how to achieve them, and really important you catch those. We talked about the gut, and we talked about some how to have motivation. The key to motivation is really your why, and the key to staying committed is really production, and how do we increase metabolic rate at rest, and that's where we produce 40 to 60% of our energy production. So think about that, think about those things, and let's go into a brighter room. Sandra Cooper, how are you? Hope you are well, having an amazing day. What time is it where you are? Pop it in the comment box. Always interested to know. Actually, I saw something on here. Apparently if we swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. I heard, you'll see here when they join the video. We can interact with more than one person on the video, apparently. All right, so let's get to it. So today I'm talking about distance. What the hell does that mean? Did you know that the human body has 100,000 miles of blood vessels inside you right now? 100,000 miles. That's hard to conceive. We know it's a long distance. So I was thinking, how could I give you an example of that? So I'll give you an example. So what's the distance between the UK? Tara, how are you? Hope you have an amazing day. What's the distance between the UK and Australia? So that's one of the furthest places we can go. Apparently, where is it? Fiji. Fiji is one of the most remote places to get to because you can't fly direct there from a lot of places. So from UK, you've got to fly to the States and then like 13 hours and then get another 8-hour connection, something like that. Anyway, so to fly to Australia, it takes what? It takes us 24 hours to get there, approximately, Thailand or Australia. But the distance is about 9,400 odd miles, 443 miles. So think about that. 9,443 miles, but inside your body you have 100,000 miles of blood vessels. Think about that. If you laid that out, that is a lot of distance. How far have you come? How far can you go? How far could your body take you? A lot further than I think that you and I originally would think. So if we unravel ourselves, there's a psychological twist in there. If we unravel ourselves, your blood vessels will take you 100,000 miles, so 10 times to Australia. So it's just, it's under 10,000 miles, which is crazy when I looked that up. But 100,000 miles for the body anyway. So your body will take you a lot further than you originally think. At this point, I wanted to put another thought in your mind there. So let's get a change of scenery again. So at this point, I want to put another thought in your mind, which is we do not rise to the level of our hopes. We fall to the level of our training. Now, what does that mean? That means that you're only achieve as far as how hard you've trained. And I'm talking about how you brain train. I always talk about this in most of my videos. Brain train, how you train your body, how you train yourself to perform in everyday life, whether it's in the gym or whether it's at work, business, wherever. You'll only, it's a bit bright that, you'll only rise to the level of your training. So how good is your training? How well are you brain training? Are you brain training every day? Do you have a system around that? Do you have a system around your training in the gym or the sport that you play? How you interact with people are how they will expect you to be and you to be, and the results you get from everyday life. So for instance, you're trying to build a new business and people aren't quite responding to you in the way that you'd like them to. You've got a new amazing product that you found and you really want to get it out there and it's amazing, it could change people's lives and really do some good. Train every day or remain the same is exactly right, Tara. And how do we train? We repeat certain things and tweak the things that don't work. So if people aren't responding to you, they're not used to seeing you in that way. So it takes time for them to understand and see you in that different light, and for you to grow into that space and to grow that light. So brain train every day, train your body every day, train people, the way you act, the way you communicate, the language you use, the precision of what you're saying and how effective it is and how useful it is to other people will really gain their trust. And if you're sharing something of value, like every day, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just giving you information, just trying to be of value. So what am I getting you to think about today? Well, first of all, I think a really interesting fact about the human body. I love the human body and the mind. I think it's fascinating. 100,000 miles of blood vessels. That's a good conversation to have, right? And there's about 10,000 miles to Australia. That's how far we've got inside of us. How far can you go? And we'll only rise to the level of our training. We won't rise to the level of our hopes unless our training intensity and our training consistency matches those hopes. So now, as we try to improve, we can fail, right? We can move forward, we can fail. We can try and lift a new weight in the gym, we can fail. We can try and open up a new stream of income for ourselves, we can fail. But we can fail forward. This is the point I want to bring forward as well. It's not how far we fall, it's how high we bounce. It's not how far we fall, it's how high we bounce. And how high can we bounce? The people have bounced back from the worst situations in life, you know, much worse than you and I sitting here or standing there watching this right now, whether you're watching live or as a recording. So people have come back from bankruptcy, people have come back from, you know, Hurricane Katrina and New Orleans, the tragedy that happened. People are coming back from that and have come back from terrible things. So it's not how far we fall, it's how high we bounce. That's the other point I want to put in your mind. So like a phoenix, we can rise from the ashes. A client of mine told me yesterday about a company procedure that corporations can use where they can collapse the company and they lose all the debts. And they have another sub-company. It's all done legally, but it's a legal way of doing it. And a similar company can take over all the assets of that older collapsed company and rise from the ashes without all the debts and then become profitable again. Interesting, right? But it's how they approach it and how you can, if you know all the statistics and how to approach things, that's when you can really apply yourself in an important way and in a powerful way. So the other one is the old Japanese saying, fall down 9 times, fall down 8 times, stand up 9. Fall down 8 times, stand up 9. If you keep standing up, you can't fail. You keep standing up, can't fail. And if we keep doing that, we train, we pick up one little thing. So some days we'll feel despondent. Some days we'll feel like, oh, it's just not working. I want to give up. We will feel like that. But it's important that we don't give up and stay the course. You know, we've all watched Rocky. We've all seen that film. And actually the story behind Rocky is really fascinating, how Sylvester Stallone wrote it and then took it to either a production or film companies, and they said no, or they said we'll give you this much for it, and he said no, I want more, and then they said well, we'll take it but we don't want you in it, and he said no, I'm not going to take it, I want to be the star of it, and he stayed with it and he really believed in it, and look at it now, and look where his career's gone. He's had a fantastic career. He's a smart guy. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and then get back up. There you go, perfect Rocky example. Thank you, Tara, I appreciate that. So look, I want to instill some, the last thing I want to say is the leader in you will be determined by the size of the problem that stops you. The leader in you will be determined by the size of the problem that stops you. Think about that. If it's one person who said, no, that's a crap idea, I changed my language, that's a crap idea, and that's what stops you, that's the size of your leadership. Is that the thing that's going to stop you? It won't stop me. 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, million people. All right, now we're thinking a bit bigger, talking about bigger, right? So the size of the problem will determine the size of the leader, the size of the problem that stops you. So don't allow something silly and 1 or 2 or 10 people saying something that you know better, okay? And surround yourself. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Always remember that one. And you can spend time with them online. Your brain doesn't distinguish between face-to-face or digital. So remember that. Keep that in mind. I was told that we can, if you swipe left on Facebook, that you can see different things. So I could bring people into this. We could do a joint Facebook Live. We'll try that another time. So last thing I want to invite you to is if you're interested to come to something, an event that's going to share with you some benefits, something that's going to take you 10 seconds a day that you could share with friends, family, loved ones, colleagues, clients, whoever, and it's a simple way to bring about optimal health and performance, so increase your energy, decrease the chances of diseases, arthritis, joint pain, inflammation, all the negative stuff, and increase all the positive stuff. Increase your vitality, increase the performance of your brain, increase the your ability to sleep and the quality of your sleep, increase your mood. And it's been heavily linked with depression and mood. And how can we lower inflammation in the body and therefore flourish? How can you recover from exercise more quickly? Therefore, you can train more regularly and therefore get the results from the training that you get, the muscle tone and the fat loss and the energy and the vitality and the endorphins and all of that good stuff. How do we get all that going on? I'm going to share that with you at an event on the Saturday, the 22nd of April. It's a week on Saturday. So write that in your diary, type event, and I'll share, type event in the comment box, and I'll share with the details with you. You do need to register for a ticket. It is free, but there's only a limited number of spaces available, and we have quite a few people coming already. So don't waste a moment. Click event, type event right now, and I'll send you the link straight away. In fact, I'll put the link in this in the comment box of the feed of this video, and then we can all click through if you're interested to come. It's a week on Saturday, Saturday the 22nd. It's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning, just for an hour and a half. 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. But we'll start at 10:30 sharp. So you need to get there at 10. We'll mingle, say hello, grab a drink, and we'll get started at 10:30 sharp. Okay? So if you're interested in coming, type event, whether you're watching live or as a recording, and we'll get the information out to you and you can register for that there. So just to finish off, you have 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. How far can you go in this day, in this week, in this month, in this year? How close can you get to your goals and your desires? That's what I'll leave you with today. Remember, guys, happy is a skill that you can learn, and this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Let's go get some health wealth. Press the share button. Press it now. Invite some friends. Give me a thumbs up if I said anything that resonates with you, and join us for the event. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have an amazing day.